Hello again. One of the things I've noticed in recent years is that debate and discussion often seem to be more adversarial than was once the case. There was a time 40 or 50 years ago where one person might say, I think that Y is the case. Another would say, I'm not so sure, I think it might be that X is more likely. The two would then discuss the question and perhaps hammer out a compromise. These days, it's more likely that somebody will say, I think that Y is the case, whereupon somebody will say that he is a dangerous fool and ring the police because they say he's causing a public mischief with his opinions. Either that or they'll arrange for a lynch mob to attack him on social media sites. In other words, people are very ready to become polarised and entrenched in their positions without considering the possibility they might themselves be mistaken and trying to see matters from the other chap's point of view. I was thinking of this recently in connection with the current pandemic. From all that I'm able to observe, there are two opposing camps. One side denies that COVID-19 is a hazard, and some members of this group even express doubt about the existence of the virus itself and think it's all a plot by Bill Gates or the Jews. On the other hand, there are many who seem to think that this is the deadliest danger the world has faced since the end of the Second World War. The obvious thing might be for a midway point to be agreed upon. Perhaps that the virus is a bad thing, but there have been pandemics which were worse and others which weren't so bad. It shouldn't be hard to reach an amicable agreement on these lines. I say this because I have myself lived through two previous pandemics, and although they were not quite as severe as this one, they were still pretty bad. My mother and father lived through the pandemic which followed the end of the First World War, and that was of course much worse than the current one. The 1968 Hong Kong flu was pretty bad. The thumbnail to this video shows people wearing masks that year. This was a common thing at the time. Millions of people died across the whole world. In Britain, deaths were running at 600 a week from this virus, which is a bit worse than is currently the case. Tens of thousands of people died of Hong Kong flu in Britain in 1968, but there was none of the panic that we're seeing today. I can't help feeling that if people calmed down a little and stopped thinking either that the world was coming to an end or that this was something to do with 5G telephone signals, we might all be a bit happier and more relaxed. Every 50 years or so, a nasty virus emerges from China and kills a lot of people all over the world. It's just how things have always been. There's nothing to be done about it.